I guess I do need the mic so y'all can hear me. I was thinking, I don't have a guest. I don't need my headphones or my mic. Duh. All right, let's make sure everything's working because my internet has been a bear all day. Was not working earlier. Just before this, I had to restart the router. Everything looks to be solid. Hopefully we get some numbers. Okay. I see numbers. I see people. At least 30 people are in here. It's somewhat working. All good, says Kyle. Okay. Hopefully more people can see it. We'll see if more people start trickling in here. What is happening, Ephesian friends? Welcome to a Saturday Night Live tonight. Hey, Ruben says, looks good and you sound clear. Good. I also found was on with Hellabass last night on his live. We talked Topwater and things and such. So go check out his live, the replay, if you want to watch that. He said that there's now a comments thing on here, which I put down at the bottom. So if you're watching on a TV, instead of, on your phone or whatever, you can read the comments up there on the screen. So that's kind of cool. So Ruben, thanks for letting me know that. Also do want to always thank the members, just like Scott, just like Mr. GC, Grimy, all you members out there. Appreciate the heck out of y'all. Rob, appreciate y'all going above and beyond each month to help out old Debo, so I can put more things to the channel. Without y'all's help, I would not be able to do everything that I do. So tonight, I think we're going to talk gear. So as I was looking through some of my gear, I took out some stuff today. I've had people ask me some questions on a couple pieces of gear here because I haven't done I didn't do an unboxing of it, didn't do a review. Took out some stuff today and was just kind of thinking on what's going to happen with gear the rest of the year, because I was listening to somebody talk about how they thought ICAST was dying. And potentially this year could be the last year of ICAST. Now, I don't know how true that is, with costs. I mean, I remember people talking about costs at ICAST for a booth being crazy. The amount that these companies had to pay to have a booth there, like $20,000, something like that. I think the same thing with the Bassmaster Classic. But with them selling stuff there, it's not just a trade show deal. So ICAST, for those of you who don't know, Bassmaster Classic is one of the biggest shows every year. The time the Classic tournament is going on, they also have the show where you can go and there's pros there that are repping the brands that they're supported or are sponsored by, and all the booths, all the big fishing companies, and spots are there. So that's the Bassmaster Classic, open to the public. Anybody can go in there. Then you've got ICAST down in Florida every year, which is a trade show deal. So it's just for companies. It's just for, marketing, networking. They're setting up meetings to talk new products, launching with their wholesalers or the retailers, all that kind of stuff. So people were saying, or I guess I heard, and I forget who it was talking. It was somebody on Instagram was talking about potentially, they've heard through the grapevine from sources that it could be the last year for ICAST. Now, the reason I got thinking about this is because I was helping somebody with some gear, and I'm going to film a gear video picks, because one of the most common questions that I get, and I love it. I am super happy to help out anybody that needs help picking out gear. Whenever new rods or reels, they're looking at, they're like, hey, will you help me with this? So I'm going to be doing a video on that. But I was talking to somebody about this today, and I'm going to share here. And as we've, seen tariffs and all the other stuff, who knows what the heck all goes into it, of prices. Let's see. Do I like that one? Kind of like that view. What do you guys think? That view? Ugh. Okay, we'll go with that one. Anyway, some of the things that, used to be some of my go-tos have gone up in price quite substantially. So, for example, if you go to Lose, which I think has always been one of the top dog $99 reels, one of my favorite workhorses for ever. If you look at it now, that went up 30%. It's now a $130 reel. The old, $99 Lose speed spool, $130. So quite an increase on those. So the question I was, talking with people, they're like, well, can you get a good combo, for $100 with an aluminum frame reel? No. So what are thoughts on gear prices and such? I think the reality of gear going back down, even if there's not tariffs, even if that stuff calms down, I think might be pretty slim, you know? Are they going to keep that price up to, you know, cover costs of what could happen in the future? Because some of these prices were just insane, you know, 60% increases on stuff that these companies were paying to bring the stuff in. It's just like, you can't make money that way. This is also something we're going to talk about here too. Calvin, some new gear. We're going to make predictions on that as well. See what we're going to look at for new gear. But I think, you know, I think there's always going to kind of be diamonds in the rough. For example, a rod that I just picked up. I've had people asking me about this, and I've used this the last few outings, and I have been very happy, very surprised with it. It is, if you're a fan and remember this look, it's the Fenwick. Now they've completely revamped. I had the old HMG, HMX, used to be, you know, I feel like you could find those anywhere. Then they kind of went out. I don't know if they just weren't making them or whatever. Well, last year or the year before, Fenwick revamped their entire lineup. So this is the $99 Eagle rod. And I tell you, for 99 bucks, it's a pretty damn sharp rod. It's got the cork reel nut. Everything here is extremely comfortable. The hand locks in. It's got that like soft touch, like plastic that feels like rubber almost, which I really liked. And usually you find that on like the higher price stuff. So it's got that, which is really good. Cork up and down. And it's got that, you know, kind of the, I don't know what that is, type of cork, but it's, you know, beveled, rounded really well. So it's a sharp looking rod. I got the 7-1 medium extra fast, 1/8 to 3/8. And I'd say it feels more like a soft medium heavy. So that rating might be just a little off, I feel like. But gosh, I have absolutely loved the rod. And the interesting thing that Fenwick did with that lineup, and I guess it'd probably be easier, we could just show it here. The interesting kind of cool thing that Fenwick did is across all their lines, they have the same links, powers, actions, no matter what price point you go to. So the Fenwicks got the same ones, or the Fenwicks, the Eagles, those elites are gone. They're clearancing those out. So the Eagle going all the way up to like the world class. And I do have a world class. I need to do a review on it. Fenwick was actually nice enough to send me one to do a review last year. And it's a sick rod. But anyway, the powers and actions through these are the same in each line. So if you pick up an Eagle, you really like it for $100, you want to bump up. Here's the new HMG. Very similar looking to the Eagle, but same power, same actions, that type of stuff. So kind of cool that they did that and revamped all the way across their and the entire line. So honestly, you know, one of those old ones that I used to have, I think an HMX and an HMG, I want to say. And it just kind of, you know, pittered out. You didn't really hear from them. And then they bring that out. So I've had people ask me for that one. Really, really liking it, in case you're wondering on that. Rubberized cork. There we go. Yep. I was trying to think, what is it? Like the particle board. I wanted to say whatever makeup that is. I couldn't think of the word. Bought a Fenwick for swim baits. Nice. I'm legit sitting here making my own dice baits, listening to Debo. Dude, that is awesome. Yeah, make those dice baits, dude. Way cheaper than the crazy prices they're freaking charging for them. Yeah, Tom, see, I agree. Prices never going back down. I think it's going to be very rare. Now, hopefully, maybe we'll see more sales and stuff. They'll be more apt to do that, you know, because they're keeping that price up to help cover in case something goes wrong. I don't know. I don't know the economics of, you know, the fishing side of things with tariffs and how all that works. But Kuda in here, what's up, buddy? Hope you're well. So that was one of them I got. The next one I had a bunch of questions on, and I was honestly a little let down. So I took some of my tax return money, finally bit the bullet, and got one of the baits reels. $400 reel. That's not a brag. That is this thing is expensive. I can't believe it. But took some of my tax return money. Hi, Stubby Dog. He's been needy today. I was just out grilling before this, and he kept wanting me to come in. Super expensive, but people are asking me, hey, we want to see a baits reel review. All of them are expensive. I think the cheapest one is like 300 something. whatever. So I was like, okay, I'm going to buy this one. Got some extra money. I'm going to buy the purple one because it's purple. It comes with the custom handles. The handles they absolutely nailed. But I was honestly a little let down with the reel. I think for the money, and there's going to be more on this. I'm going to go into a super in-depth review. I'm actually going to take it apart and look through it. A full aluminum reel. It's not a quality thing. Feels okay, but I don't know. A $200 Tattoola 80, you know, you could find those on sale or get them used. I got one used from American Legacy. If y'all don't go over there, I'm not sponsored by them. I just shop over there because they have an awesome used section. I think I got a used Tattoola 80 over there, a left-hander for $140 in like very good condition. It looks like somebody scratched it maybe, but so it's hard for me to justify. So if we've got stuff that's already super expensive, we started to see some of these components in the higher price stuff trickle down. Now we're getting these things where I think some of the best bang for the buck at $99 has gone up with price. My question is, are we going to see a new happy medium in between, maybe that doesn't get hit with some of these tariffs and stuff, doesn't get as much of a price increase at like the $150 price point is kind of my thinking, which sucks because that's not everybody's budget. And there's always going to be, you know, cheaper gear, but just for the best bang for the buck, you know, some of these $99 reels that were aluminum frame potentially going up to $130. So maybe some of those $150 reels are now a better buy. Rods, it will be interesting to see how rods start to go. If we start to see prices increase on that. Like I said, that Fenwick Eagle is $99. I think a heck of a rod for 99 bucks. The Daiwa Tattoola XT or the Shimano SLX rods, 99 bucks. I like the XT better than the SLX, but still pretty good rods. Let's see. What else? So that was kind of, I don't know. Let me know, know your thoughts. That was the first stuff that I wanted to get off the brain thinking about. Do we have other gear predictions? So Calvin said, what do we think for ICAST? Do we think we're going to see anything new? Calvin had said earlier, I think the Corrado 150 maybe. It's been a while since we've seen that. What about the Daiwa Fuego was one I was wondering about. I don't know. What do we think? Yes, Trevor, I cleaned up. So I finally reorganized. All that over there is done. I just have to figure out a place for those boxes there. And then I've got this thing here, and then the thing next to it. I've got to get a spot over there. But otherwise, everything's cleaned up. Everything's organized over here. Looks 1,000 times better. Oh, the Tattoola CT was on sale at Shields. Oh, yeah, they did that not too long ago, I feel like. Started yakking and cleaning. I know. And wearing, these are the shoes I wore today, and I really do like them. They're like a Croc wannabe. They're the Merrills. I had these last year. If anybody's wondering, these things are pretty awesome. I do enjoy them. What else? What else do we think for gear? So that one I think a little overrated. The Fenwick Eagle I think a little underrated. I think people hear Fenwick and they think, old, out of date. Have they made anything new in a while? What do you want, sir? I know you're all needy tonight. The Corrado 70. So this one a little while back, I accidentally bumped when it was actually the very first trip in my kayak ever. I was fishing this and accidentally when I went to cast, hit my PFD and accidentally engaged the spool. So when I cast, it goes, you know how you accidentally push it, you know, where the spool should be free going, accidentally hit your handle and it's going on the pinion in there. This has had a grind to it ever since. So I think I need to take it apart and clean it. But so this was kind of my thought process. So these Corrado rods last year, one of my absolute favorites. I've got, I think, 4 of these again on sale at Omnia. I think for all under $100 after I got them on sale. Regular, these are $170 rods. Love them. Love the Corrado line. So this is where I'm starting to wonder, like, are we going to see people stepping up to stuff like this instead of paying, like, I don't know, did the SLX rod go up? Let's see. I want to say I haven't seen the the Shimano stuff go up yet because the SLX is still $99. Look how slow my internet's going. Am I still here? DEBO get that next level NGX. I think I have one Loomis rod. It was actually one that I got on sale used at American Legacy, but it's the red and black one, whichever that one was. Yeah, so see, I'm not even able to get, maybe it's a tackle warehouse issue. Am I still okay? Everybody see me all right? Am I still clear? Oh, yeah, can't reach the page. Okay, so what's going on? Am I froze? Let me know, Fish and Friends. Am I froze? What the heck's going on? You're good. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Well, I don't know. I guess Tackle Warehouse is dead. There's a little bit of a delay too. My internet has been absolute junk. I don't know what the heck the deal is here. Is it just because everybody's on Tackle Warehouse Saturday night and it's going rogue? Let's just go over to American Legacy since we're talking about it, see if they got anything good. That's not even working for me either. Okay, well, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure what the heck's going on with my internet. Hopefully this continues to work, but the SLX rods and stuff I don't think have gone up. So right now that's the king of the $99 reels in my opinion. Rods, I'm not sure if they've gone up or not. So that's my question. Are we going to see more of a jump up to those sorts of things? If we look at, what was the other one I had here? Oh, okay. So the other one I grabbed was a revamp of last year, which I really like, and I grabbed it because I haven't talked about it yet. But it was the Tatulas. So these came out last year, completely reworked them. The 100 and the 100 SV have a new frame where it's got like a little divot in the top of it where you can put your thumb. This is the 150 that they redid last year, and I have really, really liked it. Huge fan of it. I got these actually used on Tackle Warehouse. Somebody opened them, must have got the wrong size, but they're the Hog Tech handles. First ones I've had. They're okay. I still like the Gamexus ones better, but on the cash, and this is actually the rattle trap rod I was throwing a swim jig. But one of my favorite lineups from last year is that Tatula 100 and the 150. I think they absolutely nailed. So that was my questions. What are we going to see? I think the CT could be a thing, but the Fuego has not been redone forever. And I wonder if it's just an issue of they're not making enough meat on that one. Because if you look at the Dobbins Fury line, that used to be a $99 rod. They weren't making enough. Essentially, they were breaking even on that. I think Gary Dobbins said they bumped it up to 130. And then I saw just recently now that's a $150 rod. So the rod hasn't changed, but over, gosh, I want to try to remember when I got my first one. That would have been like 2019 or 2018. I don't remember what year, but they were still $100 rods. Now they're up 50%, 150% on that. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Are we working yet? Man, what is going on with my internet? All day it has just not wanted to work. I don't understand it. I'm glad the stream's still going, so I can't really share and show you stuff anymore. Oh, Jim must be in here. I see. Hey TJ, hey, there he is. What's up, buddy? Hey, if you're not busy, you can hop on. You can share and stuff for me. I'm sure you just got done working and you're busy as hell, but if you want to. Must be a nader messing with my ISP. Dude, I don't know. It's all day. It's been messing with it apparently. Too hot and windy for it to work. Yeah, it was hot as heck here today. We had over 100 heat warning or whatever, heat index, and super windy. Yeah, I went out this morning, did some fishing, got out early until I think like 11, and it was just going insane, blowing and blowing and blowing. Daiwa makes some of the Shields reels, huh? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I did see somebody else was messaging me. Was that Philip? I think Philip, I don't know if he's in here, messaged me about Sportsman's Warehouse, I think, had their own Dobbins rod. And then somebody else had mentioned to me, I think Dick's maybe has their own Dobbins rod. Is that a thing? I thought that was kind of interesting that they're branching out to have their own rods for those. Right there's Philip. Did you do any investigating on exactly what Dobbins rod Sportsman's Warehouse is? No, I don't. But that made me think of that because of the price. I think 150. I'm guessing it's just a Fury rod because a Fury rod's 150 now, right? So most of the Dobbins stuff went up by like 20 bucks ish. No, he's not chewing on cables. He's chewing on some toy back there. What are you chewing on? Thanks for picking the noisy one. He's needy. Anyway. It really upsets me that we can't get my internet to work. I don't know why it's been so janky. I'm just glad the stream's working. All right. So anyway, those were my thoughts for gear. New stuff else at ICAST I think is going to be launching. Yeah, the Tatula 150 is a good call. I was wondering if they might come out with like one of the downsized, because they've got the Corrado 70. They just redid the SLX 70. So I was wondering if like, yeah, either the 150 or the Corrado 70 could get revamped. I know they were coming out with somebody had shared on Instagram some of the higher price stuff, but it was like one of the, I don't know, $500 spinning rods or something, or reels was going to be redone, way out of my price point. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have more of the middle to regular price stuff going to be redone. That's what I would really like to see. The Sportsman's Dobbins looks like a Fury. The Dick's looks like a Colt. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's strange that they would come out with their own line, because it's like when you go to the Sportsman's Warehouse one, it's actually got Sportsman's Warehouse like printed, stamped on it. So I don't know. The 2025 rods are 180 now? What? Yeah, they said they were going to leave those flat at 150. Oh, that sucks. I did grab one of those when they were 150. Actually, on sale, they were 10% off. So 135. Pretty good rod. I like almost everything about it except the knuckle grinder. And talk about knuckle grinder. All right. Are we back on working? Oh, what a freaking debacle. Okay. Am I here? Can anybody hear me? Still have 133 people in here hanging out. Philip says, yes, you're back. Back and good. Yeah, dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with the internet. It has been jacked up all day. So I just opened up a new tab to see if anything else was working. Hey, Google works now. That didn't work before. Tackle Warehouse works. We're back. Let's go. Okay. I'm surprised it didn't end the stream. Keeping the stream warm for me, my man, Chris. Thanks for helping out there, buddy. Okay, let's see here. So we're back now. Okay, I think we're back. Maybe for a little bit. Internet connection says strong now, and I didn't change anything. I didn't reset anything. Okay, anyway, we're back. Connection is good, it says, not strong anymore. Oh boy. Well, anyway. So let's see. What was I even talking about? I don't know. What was I talking about? High price Shimano stuff. Oh, tattooler rods. Oh, yeah. Tattooler rods. That's what it was. Is this true? Calvin, is this true? Is this treachery you speak of? Oh, they're still 150 bucks at Tackle Warehouse. I'd say get them now. Oh, that's the glass. Or just the regular rods? Yes, the regulars are too. I got the heavy fast. That's what I was throwing a jig on the other day and caught a couple pretty good fish. 4-pounder, I think, almost a 4-pounder. And like 2.5, 2 3/4. So yeah, I like those rods. Oh, that's what I was talking about, the knuckle thing. So I don't understand. I guess I'm in the minority of people that hold my rod like this. So this, for example, this is what I was talking about. Maybe we'll go check out American Legacy too, but this is where you put your finger on this rod. Talk about knuckle cutter 8000. That thing is awful. This is a Daiwa Zillion rod, one of the older ones. Again, got on sale at American Legacy, used, cheap. It's the older version. They now have a newer version out for this, but I was like, I better pick a decently fancy rod. And oh my gosh, that knuckle, that reel nut is just horrific. Not good. So I have to adjust how I hold it. I'm going to have to get that one switched off and not as a Texas rig rod. Connection equals decent. Am I choppy or am I smooth? Want to see the hundo in action? Yeah, I've every day I've fished it. It's not been the combo to catch them on at all. You know, Ruben, I've never done any of the trade-ins there. I've just spent my money there. What rod sleeves? These are my favorite rod sleeves. If anybody knows somebody over at Evolve wants to hook me up, these are the Evolve rod sleeves. These are 100% my favorite right now that I've been using. One of my subscribed fishing friends sent me one and said he really liked him. I think he said it was like his buddy worked there or something. The tip of it has like a hard rubber deal. So even if you hit this on stuff, it's not going to crack or break your tip. It's like, and it's hollow. So your tip actually goes up into it and is protected. So I have absolutely loved these. So far, my favorite out there right now from Evolve. And it's got I like this so you can adjust how long or how short you want it. So you hook that on, tighten it up, and it keeps your stuff good. Oh, and I like this. So if you've got treble hook baits or anything, instead of this potentially being here where your treble hook's going to hit it, it's got that hard rubbery plastic stuff there. So yeah, really like those. Connections just dandy, crisp and smooth. Good. Yeah, I think we're fixed now. I don't know what happened if the place that I go through. Smooth as Tennessee whiskey. No, crappy Kev. I actually quit drinking the Dad Pops. I'm over a year now. So it was just at the beginning of June last year that I stopped. So no more of any of that for Debo. Okay, question. What kind of jig and size for a 3.5 or 3 1/4 inch Hellgramite? What would be the smallest jig size? So are you talking like a Ned rig? Like a 1/8 ounce is usually my favorite for those. So I like the EWG style. If you're going with like the Yum, I don't think I have any next to me here since I cleaned up, but the Yum Helgramite is probably my favorite right now. Best bang for the buck. Okay, Ned rig. Yeah, so go with like an EWG. If you go to like Bass Dope Lures, he's a good supporter of the channel. Go support him. He's just up not too far from me and by the Chicago area. But he sells those EWG ones. I'm using the Bash Pro Shop. Okay. I think they're going to be very similar, I'm sure, to the Yum ones at 3. I think they're 3 1/4 too. But 1/8 ounce is usually where I start, Daniel. Rob. Oh, speaking of Rob. Okay. So who all is going up to the Smalley Smashdown thing up in where is it? St. Cloud or whatever, Minnesota. So that's like July 11th, 12th, something like that. So it's the tournament deal. I'm not going to fish the tournament. I was talking to Rob. I think he is also going to go up. And I'm wondering if we can get a couple people, if we should do like an Airbnb. I think would be kind of cool. Hang out, fish. Because originally Trevor was going up. I wanted to meet Trevor and Gramps. Trevor said he's not going, which stinks. I think Gramps is still going. Trevor said he thought so. But I haven't talked to a single other person. I think Jeff and Paul were supposed to be going. They're no longer going. They went up to Canada or something on a fishing trip. So they're not going. So it was kind of just going to be like meet other YouTubers, hang out. Well, it sounds like there's not a ton of people going maybe that I would know. It's going to be a tournament thing. And I don't know any of the tournament people, to meet them and really talk. So I was thinking maybe we get a few subscribers, go up there and fish. And by chance, hopefully go meet like Gramps or some other people. I don't know. I need to talk to Gramps. I haven't talked to him, but I would meet up with the fellow DEBO'S disciples. Roughly an hour drive. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Jim, is we can fish and then like Saturday night, or let's see, Friday night, I guess either one for people, because I'm going to fish there. I plan on going fishing because I think it's like a 4. Let's see, where is it at? St. Cloud. Leave early Friday. St. Cloud, Minnesota. How far is that for me? Five and a half hours.
Drive southwest.
Whoops. 5.5 hours. So drive up there Friday. Fish Friday, hopefully. Check into the Airbnb that night. Could hang out or do a Saturday. Grill out, hang out, fish. I don't know. Oh, Rob, where are you at? Yeah, I mean, if there's not going to be a ton of people up there, maybe that's what I need to put the feelers out and see exactly who all is going to be there if it makes it worth it. Mike, Mr. Mike Vogel, new member. Mike, you're a new member? Thought you already were a member, brother. How have you been? We need to get together sometime this year, Mike. Yeah, it's the kayak here. Let me share. What is it? The Smalley KAS kayak St. Cloud, Minnesota. Kayak Adventure Series, St. Cloud, Minnesota. Okay, so here. Maybe I'll do another stream closer to it. Maybe we could have Gramps on, and that way we could see who all's going. Let's share this screen. Okay, here. So yeah, because originally it was going to be on the river, and it's like, man, I don't know any places on the river, and I was just going to hang out with people and fish like Jeff and them or Gramps. But if they're going to be doing their own thing, fishing the tournament deal, I don't really care about fishing like the tournament waters, because I read through this once, and there's like certain spots you can fish, I guess, for it. Yeah, but anyway, it's up there at, where the hell's here? Eligible water. So Oronto Lake, Little Rock Lake, or Orano. Mississippi saw, and then, yeah, so the rivers around. I don't know. I don't understand any of this. I've never done one of these. So I don't know what the hell this is showing where you can fish. I don't know. I need to have somebody smart on here to help through all this stuff. Does that show the spots you can fish? I don't know. Anyway, that's where it's at. I don't know what the hell any of that means, but you can all wear matching underoos. Yeah, maybe. Hey, who knows what happens? Might get crazy. Let's see. 18 hours away. Yeah, that's quite the drive. You should stop at Omnia. Oh, I'd burst in flames if I went in there. I work with Tackle Warehouse. They'd be like, "We don't like you in here, Debo. Get out." Let's see. Debo enjoyed your Hellabass appearance. Yes, it was fun. It was nice of Rich to have me on. I just live over the border in Wisconsin. Grew up in Minnesota. Okay. Driving distance. I would love to fish with you. I appreciate that, Kraken Bass. I am no special guy to fish with. I'm just a dude who fishes. So, yeah, I get that, Trevor. Yeah, completely understand that, man. Meet up at the Susky if that doesn't work. 14 hours for you, Bass AF. Oof. Yeah, that's a jaunt, dude. Let's see. Or save it. Well, I'm still going to do an Iowa-based one later this year, Chris. Yeah, we definitely got to figure that one out and get that planned out. Maybe we'll do like all, well, let's see, when's school start? September? Probably be easier if we did it before that. Corey says I'd come to an Iowa one. Well, Corey, we are going to do that. I think that'd be fun to go meet a bunch of peeps from Iowa here. 18 hour. Yeah. So I don't really see a bunch of people brand poor swimsuits. Maybe back when I was in shape, I would have rocked that for sure. I used to rock the little tighty whitey swim trunks and stuff when I was in shape. No problem. Now you don't want to see that. No, sir. 20. Oh my gosh. Lots of people like an 20 hour drive. Omnia folks would be cool. Yeah, I'm sure they would. I like Omnia. I just don't fish there or shop there as much. Tackle Warehouse, and then if I need stuff, I go over to American Legacy, like when I'm looking at used things. But I was just actually looking at Omnia. They have VMC and Rapala stuff, I think, on sale, like 20% off. They had some other sales. I was just looking over there the other night. 24-hour drive. Ugh. Well, yeah, so I don't know. I guess we'll have to, I'll try to put, oh, and I missed this. Corey with the $5 bomb. A few dollars to add to the Debo fund to reduce the hurt from that reel. Ugh, Corey, you didn't need to do that. Thank you, brother. That was me stupidly using part of my tax return to buy it. So not very, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. At a loss for words. Ralph, good evening, everyone. What's up, Ralph? Ralph will be through here in, let's see, later this year. That'll be fun to get to meet Ralph. He's going to stay the night here. I think we're going to fish one of the days, and he's going to get out of here, so that'll be cool. I know a lake here we can hit. Should be pretty fun. That was Philip. Okay, so I think I got everything else checked off for those. So, yeah, responsible, fiscally responsible, fiscally irresponsible of me, Mr. Grammy. Yes, always use Punch, Hella, Serious Angler. Who else has one? I think those are the three big ones that I use if I'm thinking off the top of my head. Yeah. Share the wealth with those guys. Okay, so what else? What else for gear? Any other gear predictions? I was thinking on other stuff. The Shimano Nasi, it's been a little while since they've redone that one. But at $99, I feel like it's done really good. I don't know if it's that time. Yeah, I don't know for gear. I was wanting to go next year. So this year I'm not going to be able to go to ICAST because of timing. Already took time off for this Smalley meetup thing that may or may not actually be a Smalley meetup, depending on what happens. But I was planning on making time next year to go because I was talking to the aggressively average angler guys. They're like, dude, you got to go. You got to make time to go. It's so awesome being able to just, talk with the companies, mingle with them. I'm sure they got a ton of, deals and stuff, sent in for review after talking with them. So it would be cool for all that to get to know some of the companies and stuff, but just didn't work this year. So, all right, what else we got? What other questions? Yeah, that's a lot of driving. People are saying, yeah, I know. 1 day and 3-hour drive for Brandon. Yeah, you're clear out there in Cali, dude. That's a hike. Let's see. Jermaine. Yeah, Jermaine, if you're out this way, you got a place to stay, brother. What else? I feel like there was one other piece of gear I was thinking of. Oh, Tackle Warehouse did have some kind of lame deals. I looked through them. There was, they call it like the clearance markdown stuff or whatever. Oh, bargain bin. That's what it is. They had different price. And I think Stubby is over there doing something he shouldn't be. Get out of there. Sorry. Speaking of being promiscuous, he was just over there getting to know the pillow. I don't understand it. I don't understand why. He gets so upset when I'm on these lives and not hanging out with him that he goes and takes it out on the pillow. Anyway, good Lord. Anyway, the bargain bin, I looked through. There wasn't a bunch of cool stuff. But yeah, check this out. Again, always use my link if you can. A little bit it comes back to me if you ever use my Tackle Warehouse link on stuff. So I appreciate the heck out of anybody that does do that. If you find the goodness to do and use the link and the stuff and the things. What was it? There was a couple things. I don't remember which bin it was in. But anyway, you can look through it. Oh, they did have the Jackal Firecracker. Which is now a $13 buzzbait. I think that used to be 10 on a super deal, 23% off now for 10, which was what it used to be. Crap going up. But yeah, anyway, I looked through, not a ton of great deals. Let's just go over to American Legacy and look some deals, because if you've never gone over here, they have a pretty sweet used section, and it gets updated. I don't know. Every week, I think they redo it. Let's present. Okay. Is this the website? It looks so different on the computer. Because usually I click up here and there's 24% off on the Vanford. Is the Vanford getting redone? It just got redone. Where the hell is the things you click on? What? Is this not the real website? It used to be used here. What the heck? I am just all sorts of not with it tonight. American Legacy Fishing. There we go. What the hell was that site I was on? I think I've just been duped. Okay, American Legacy Fishing. Here we go. Okay, this is the regular site. So if you go to used and then like look at casting reels, they have a crap ton of sales, which these are, a lot of them are getting sold out. But the 13 Fishing. So yeah, 13 Fishing. I don't know if they're completely going under with who'd they get bought out by? I don't even remember now. Rapala? I think Rapala bought them out. But they've got the Gen 2s, which are actually really good reels for $80. And those were normally like 100 and what, 50, 60 something dollars. So some good deals on those. $83, aluminum frame. They're good casters. So I would definitely recommend that. The concept ones. They did have some Daiwa stuff. So there's the old version of the CT for $87, aluminum frame. The Fuego, $83. That's not bad. Some of the stuff is already sold out. They had a Tatula 100 there on sale for $165. So I just try to get them in excellent condition. Sometimes the very good ones have been a little hit and miss. but they'll also take care of you there. I've had stuff where I've had to call them back where something was damaged, and they actually just upgraded me to a brand new rod. I bought a used one, and they just gave me a brand new rod off the the regular floor. So, do they have any Shimano stuff? Ooh, they got an old Greenie, excellent condition, $83. Somebody bought a Bantam SLX there. Oh, that's the XT for 93. So yeah, so I check this, I would say every other week, but you can get some good deals in there. Same thing for the rods. They've got good used deals on the used rods. I don't think they had any other sales here, did they? Oh, they got the AK style St. Croix out there. You can get the musky rods. Yeah, so not looking like any other crazy sales there. Let's go to Omnia. They've still got the sales over there. 20% off Rapala VMC. Oh, through 6/17. What? I just looked, I think, yesterday, and they were still on sale. Yeah, these are still on sale. So Rapala VMC, I was actually looking to grab another pair of those band pliers and some bands. I saw they had those on sale. Unless they're all sold out now. They must all be sold out. Well, damn it, I missed it. They had those band pliers. I was going to grab another one for my backpack. Unless I skipped over it. BLTs, good little Ned rig, finesse Ned rig deal. The Mayors, I've talked enough about those. The Maverick, I think I've sang my praises on those enough, kind of like a broken record. Yeah, I guess they're not there anymore, but I know they had that. They had some other things, like if you're a reward member. Oh, they got the P-Line Tactical, buy one, get one free again in case you missed that. Tech Warehouse had that a little while ago. Markdowns, yeah, that's about it. I think they had like something about a Daiwa rod. 20% off all St. Croix and Bass Mojo. Oh, here it was. 2 times credits back on all rods and reels. So if you're a member or whatever. Okay, so what else? Mayor is incredible. Yes, I love that. Those band pliers. Yes, dude, I love those VMC band pliers. Jim, have you noticed anything different from the Yak in terms of rod length or power? I'm losing way more fish than in the boat. You definitely have to swing on them harder. That was the biggest thing I noticed. So I would understand, or I guess I understand now, why a lot more guys go braid or braid to a leader in the kayak. Just because you're always moving, even when you set the hook, your boat will move a little bit. So if you've got stretch in the line, it's different than when you're standing up on a boat and you can step back and really swing into them from the seat. You've just got twist to it. So I've noticed I've have to hit them a lot harder in the kayak and swing harder. So maybe you want to err on the side of going to either a slightly heavier power rod or a slightly faster rod, or maybe even consider going braid to a leader on some of those. So. But yes, I did notice that. Daiwa Fuego spinning rod is good, not bad. Yeah, I think I had one of the old Daiwa Fuego casting rods, and it never got any traction. I feel like nobody ever talked about it or anything like that. I think I gave it to somebody here. Ooh, Just Fishing. Okay, I have seen the Corrado MGL 150 on sale. I'm wondering if they're coming out with a new one. Yeah, a couple people have said that. Okay, maybe we'll see that one. I like that. Corrado 150 is a perfect reel just to do it all reel. Fleet Farm had a lot of the 13 fishing. Yeah, I think they're gone. I know they dropped a lot of the pro staffers. Somebody sent me a video from like Fluke Master talking about how they were no longer sponsoring people and stuff like that. I guess just some of the pros, but I don't know. Let's see. The band play. Yes, band players are good. Braid 2 liter for all my setups in the kayak, says Rob. Crush City Kills. Yeah, I don't know that they're too affordable, but I will say that they absolutely killed it on the stuff that they came out with. Oh, they're in the bargain bin. What? Are they getting rid of those? I love those things. I'll have to go back and check out the bargain bin. What other gear? Is there any gear that y'all have wanted to see a review on? What do you think out of the stuff that I've been using? What do you all want to see the most? Rod or reel for review? I know a lot of people have asked about that Baits one. think it's a solid little reel. I think there's just a couple things, I guess, that I would do different. Because I think even, oh yeah, it's even got an aluminum non-handle side plate. If anybody has ever wondered if you're testing a reel, I know it sounds really weird, but use your lip. Since they're extremely sensitive, aluminum will hold the cold. So like down here in my basement, it's a little bit colder. I put my lip up to it. It's super cold. If it's just like graphite carbon, I put my lip up to it and it just feels like completely room temperature. So in case you've ever wondered if you're like, is this aluminum or not? I know that sounds really silly, but completely works. Level NGX. Is Level Rod the company, or is that a Loomis? NGX, isn't that the Loomis rod? I don't know. I don't have any. I have one Loomis rod. Hey, Greg's in here. Greg was just making fun of me because I finally caught some drop shot bass. I caught drop shot bass this morning. Oh gosh, who was it? Brad, or who sent me the frog? The black elasticy frog with the JDM stuff. Oh, I forget who sent that. From the unboxing. But anyway, I did catch one on that, and they were absolutely hammering that thing. I couldn't believe it. This frog thing. That thing. It's like one hook in it, like an EWG hook. Some violent blow-ups. So that's pretty fun. But pretty much everything came on the drop shot today. I caught a couple on swim jig, a couple on the frog, and I caught, I don't know, maybe a dozen on the drop shot. Oh, Level Rods. Yeah, I've never heard of them. Love reviews on some of the addition mods, like the upgraded handles. I actually just did. Somebody sent me, so here I can show you two things I got. So I don't remember if I showed this in the unboxing. I don't think I did. But 6 cents was selling this, so I bought one. It's a reel cleaning mat. So this is all like rubbery neoprene. So if you get any oil or anything, it all cleans up. And these things here are magnetic. So I thought this was pretty slick. Got a reel cleaning mat I can use over there. And I was actually just going to do an upgrade because I will do the unboxing here. I was going to save it for a vidya, but people know I hate the little sissy knobs. And this was from my man. Let's see. Who was this one? Z-Bass. My man Z-Bass said, Debo, thought you'd like this. It fits a Daiwa. Happy fishing. He had an extra and he wasn't using it. So Z-Fish. Z, is it Bland? Mr. Bland sent me this. So this is off of, I think this might be like the Daiwa Coastal. The larger handle. He wasn't using it. I guess put just a regular Daiwa one on. But that was extremely nice of him to do. Send that. So I'm going to be putting that on. I'm going to clean a reel. So yeah, there we go. I don't know. I was going to say something else. Upgrading. Oh, I was going to show the upgrade. They're super easy to do, Jim. Love my Tattoo 100s, but hate the handles. Dude, 100% agree. Check out the tackle trap. If you get the Daiwa Tattoo Elite pitch and flip handles, they have them. They had a sale on them, so I mean they're still expensive, like $40. It stinks. Otherwise, you can look on sale on Amazon. The Gomexis handles, I really like those, but yeah, I wish that the handles weren't so freaking expensive because I hate the tiny handles. Let's see. I think BLAT is also working with Level Rods. Oh, they must be a newer company. I haven't heard of them. Maybe they're not newer, but Debo the Drop Shot King. No, not at all. I will show you this. I really, really like the worm. It's a Tackle Warehouse exclusive. It's the Robo Worm Fat Worm, something like that. I think they have Tackle Warehouse exclusive thing, right? Exclusives. So these are the things, the stuff that they sell only at Tackle Warehouse, which is kind of cool. They have their own like specialty stuff. Let's see, plastics, soft baits, not Daiwa. It would be Robo Worm. I don't even show it there. What the hell? So it's the roboworm, the fat roboworm, they call it. Well, that was useless. It used to be a Tackle Warehouse exclusive. Maybe not. Let's just go brands. Roboworm. This one. So I was throwing the 6-inch in the Tackle Warehouse black blue laminate. Maybe they don't make it anymore. Oh, I guess they don't even make it anymore. What? That's bull crap. Oh, they don't even make that one. So it's like black and blue on top, green pumpkin on the bottom, and it looked absolutely awesome in the water. I guess they don't even make that anymore. Well, that really sucks because I really, really like that. Huh. Okay, well, way to burst my bubble. Do they have it in this? Green pumpkin purple. Ooh, I like that one. You had me at purple. No, they don't make it at all anymore. Well, that absolutely sucks. There's Tequila Sunrise. Huh. Okay, well, never mind. Don't listen to what I was throwing because I don't even make the damn thing anymore. But that's what I was throwing, was that 6-inch fat drop shot, and it looks really nice in the water. What size rod and power for the drop shot? Let's see. I was using the Shimano Intenza rod. I want to say it's a 7.2 medium. That's what I was throwing. And I really like the hook. I was throwing the Owner cover shot. Y'all have not used that because I don't like the nose hook like the open hook. It just gets snagged too much. I was throwing it on the edge of grass. And this hook is awesome for it. It's got like a little fluorocarbon keeper there, so it keeps the nose of your bait up there. And you just rig it weedless. I want to say a 2-aught I was using, maybe a 1-aught. That's sold out. It's probably the 1-aught because it's sold out. So basically all my recommendations are crap because they don't have it or it's sold out. So then they have just a little bit heavier wire one if you're in some heavier wood and stuff. Hank Cherry got a partnership with them too. They have great lures. I've never heard of them. BLAT is using them. So is Thai Pig Patrol. Okay. That mat would come in handy. The Macrado DC anti-reverse went out. I need to repair it. Unfortunately, it looks like the part is out. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, I like the mat. It seems nice. Roboworm, flatworm, or 3-inch paddle tail. For largemouth, I would say the roboworm. Smalley's probably the flatworm. Sold out. Okay, feeling tonight. Feels like tonight has been a bust. Hopefully you just mean with internet and stuff, not listening to me. If so, I'm sorry. Rest in peace, Joshua. Guess I'll not see you anymore on the stream. What I use? Hey, right there. I use that for my drop shot hook. DEBO'S Drop Shot Pro. No. No, time to find. No, roboworms are great. Yeah, people have been telling me I got to get on the roboworm thing, and I just never used them. And then there we go. Never used a flipping hook. We tried. No. Any tried anything from Core Tackle? I've not. With the net, yeah. And fishing gear these days, it sucks because it's more expensive. Yes, I agree, dude. Let's see. What was the rod I was using? Let's just look because I really like that Intenza rod. I think the Intenza line is good. Okay, that's going to bug me. Do they have anything that is similar to that? Whoops. Oh, I already looked at that one. What do they have for green pumpkin? Gosh, I really like that color, of course. Finally become a drop shot pro, and they don't make my special color anymore. Green pumpkin neon. Green weenie. It's a bad day if you got the old green weenie. June bug. Ooh, that's nice. Oxblood, plum, no. Pumpkin Punisher. Yeah, they don't even have anything that looks close to it. Gosh, that sucks. Must have been a limited deal. Well, okay. Stupid Tackle Warehouse not doing the special. Anyway, Shimano, if we go to the Intenza, the newly redone Intenza here. Oh, it looks like it's got good ratings here. I feel like I had heard people saying they didn't really like them. I like it. I like the rod. So it's the medium extra fast. 7 foot medium extra fast is what I was using. So that was the old DEBO drop shot special with the Vanford on it. That's the setup that I put the Vanford on that I picked up. Where is Dizzle? I know I missed that guy too. I hit him up a little while back, but I think he's moved. And I don't know. I have not heard from him. I've hit him up, so I hope he's doing well. Love the guy. He always knows I'm here for him, but yeah, he has not answered back, so I don't know. Bass in Florida, love the purple. Yeah, purple's definitely like a Florida thing. I feel like a lot more than up here in the Midwest. I do love my purple. Crazy winds messing with Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm direct connected, and I have cable internet, so it shouldn't be a deal. I don't know why the hell it was going all crazy. Black grape is a good RoboWorm color. I'll have to look at that one. X Prides. I know a lot of people like the X Prides. The 7.2 medium light spinning. I don't have any of the X Pride spinnings. I do like the Cadence, the Dobbin Cadence. I've got a spinning in that, which is the medium. I think it's also a medium. Medium fast. 7.1 medium fast. I like the Cadence. What else? What else we got for questions? Were you out in the kayak this morning? Wanted to get out, but the wind in Iowa. Yeah, dude, it was crazy. Super windy. I got out early. I caught a couple on a swim jig, couple on a frog, and then most all of them on the drop shot, thrown on the edges of pads and grass lines. So drop shot saved the day with as much grass as there was. That weedless drop shot. Do they have anything new on? I feel like there was something new coming out I wanted to talk about too that I had just seen. Maybe not. Oh, is this the new Rico one? What is this? Popper? Oh, yeah, this is the one Baskeek was saying where they put the eye, so the eye looks down or whatever. So I think the eye is on top and bottom. I don't know why you'd need an eye on top, but 7/16, so almost half an ounce. Size 4s. It's kind of interesting. Why would the eye be on top? I don't know. People were asking him about that one. I don't really know anything about it. Yeah, so the eye's on top and bottom, so it's like it's turned sideways. I don't know about that. Oh, look at, hey, they're on sale, guys. You better get them now. Huge sale. Normally $26. You can save a penny. What the hell? Why would they be on sale for a penny? Okay, anyway, what was I looking at? Gear, something here. These things look kind of cool. Somebody sent me a deal of these saying I should pick these up. The Bodega from 6 cents. I really like they have the laminate black and blue with the green pumpkin. Oh, except of course not in this. Or is it Nirvana? Oh yeah, Nirvana is what it is. That looks cool. Wild Lava Craw. Let's see. Gear. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. I talked about this on the Hella Bass show. I did pick up the new Tatula 150 and Tatula 200, and the new handles that come on these, I really like them. They call them like the oversized, what do they call it? Oversized eye-shaped handle knobs. That should be the standard for Daiwa knobs and like handle, because the regular ones are too tiny, little sissy handles. I hate them. So yeah, the new 150 and 200 doesn't have an SV spool. They call it the LC Concept spool, which is kind of interesting. Long cast concept. So not an SV. I did just show you that Tatula 150 SV, but those do not have the Tatula 100, 150, don't have the aluminum frame and side plate, just the aluminum frame, where these have the aluminum side plate as well. So the regular 150 and regular 200, they're built like little tanks, man. So I didn't even spool them up for today. I haven't even got to cast them yet. See how the long cast spool does. Oh, one other thing I noticed that seems kind of cheap is this piece here is not part of the frame. So usually this whole piece, like if you were to cut this off at the side plate and remove it, this whole like piece here is aluminum, the non-handle side plate. So this one is not aluminum, just graphite, which you're not really taking much load on that. And there's not going to be much twist there. So you're getting the most twist and torque off of the handle side connecting to the frame. So both of these being aluminum is great, but this little piece here, hopefully you all can see my cursor, where it says Tatula here and it's got the little like thumb well, is graphite. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Not that you're going to be putting a ton of like pressure there, maybe with your thumb if you're really pressing hard. But I don't know. That was one thing I noticed, that it doesn't have the full, that piece being aluminum. So I don't know. We'll see how it holds up, I suppose. Florida's been hot in Florida. It was over 90 at 9 a.m. Ooh. Yeah, that is rough. I think when I quit today, it was 80 at 11. I think it was like 88, 89. So it was getting hot. What's your favorite mid-size spinnerbait and trailer? I've been digging the Megabass SV3. I have not used that. I think a couple fishing friends sent some in for me to try. I haven't used it yet, though. For mid-size, I don't know if it would necessarily say mid-size, but I like the Booyah Covert compact. It's more of like a smaller compact size, I guess you'd say. So I don't know what you're looking at for mid-size, but I like that one as like a little bit of a downsized. Even the regular Covert's not super big. PWR, I've not owned any of the Carbon Light rods. The only Bass Pro stuff that I ever had was the BPS, or not BPS. Yeah, it is BPS, but that's not what I was thinking of. The Pro Qualifier. And it was okay. I like the Lose LFS better, which some people say they're made in the same factory, but they feel completely different to me. So hope there's redesigned reels so I can get the last version cheap. Yeah, that is the good thing about when new versions come out, is you can get some steal of the deals on the old ones. Yeah, I finally bought one, William. Hank Baskey praises the prank, this little popper with like a lip. I finally got one to try. So, hey, there's Bastope in the house. What's up, buddy? Question from Grimy. Are we going to show Hellabass who's boss in a smallest 5 tourney? I was hoping you would confront him on the stream last night. Dude, I don't think anybody's beaten me in a smallest 5 tournament, buddy. So if you want to. Green pumpkin purple kills. I do like me some purple. Do you like the handles? Yes. I like the new Daiwa handles. You should be picking up the new Daiwa. Is that Kage SV150? Picked it up not too long ago. Gotta say, love the reel. I would like to have one. I've really been trying to hold back on buying as much. This year I've really dialed back. It may not seem like it, but as I just talked about, I got the Tatula 150 and 200. But I honestly have. I've tried to really dial back on stuff I've been buying, but I did like that one. I do like the whatever the special edition one is that they came out with too, the Tackle Warehouse specific one. It's the what is it called here? Engetsu, I think it's called Engetsu. This, or Mangetsu. There we go. Yeah, this has like the same pitch and flip style handles, but they're cork. This thing just looks sick. It's really just like a Tatula, I think 150. Yeah. Mag Force Z. So it's not like it's anything crazy over the, does it have an aluminum frame? Aluminum gear frame, and I'm assuming that's the handle side plate. So that would be like the only kind of upgrade over the Tatula 150 SV, but it just looks sick. I think it's like a revamped version of the old Type R. It's got those same cuts as the Type R. I never owned one of those, but those look cool too. Yeah, if anybody knows a hookup at Daiwa, I would love to work with Daiwa. I would love to work there. If anybody knows the hiring manager at Daiwa, let me know, and they can sign me up, and I will work for them. So there. Josh, late to the party. That's all right. Better late than never. Appreciate you hopping in. Here in Chicago feels like 108. Damn. A little bit warm. Let's see. Colby. My 10-year-old's become amazing with the Baitcaster. I want to get him a better and nicer one. What are your suggestions? Right now, for the price, I think SLX. I used to always say the LFS is like a starting point for kind of an upgrade, but now that it's 130, I think you got to go SLX. I think the LFS is a little bit easier to get dialed in, but LFS I think is the king of $99 reels now. It depends. So if I want to add just a little bit more weight to it or a little bit more meat in the water, I run a straight tail. There's going to be a video coming out this week where I caught a 6-pounder on a spinnerbait. And I was using a straight tail. Actually, the same Reaction Innovations trailer that I was talking about last night on the Hellabass show, I was going to drop shot it, but I used those robo worms instead. It's this. It was an old, like, something shot. I forget what they called it. We were talking about this last night. I don't think Dustin's on. Dustin knew what it was called. Let's see. How am I not seeing it? Reaction, REA, Reaction Innovations. Am I blind? Oh my gosh, I am blind. So it's this thing, this one, the Reaction Innovations Shiver Shot, 3.6 inch. So this is what I was using. I was throwing it on actually the first gen is another good one. First gen spinnerbait came out with the compact size. I like the compact size for around here, for when you don't need like a huge thump to it. Oh, it's on sale. Is it for more than a penny? Oh, $1.11. Okay, actual sale. Anyway, I was throwing the Magic Craw Red on the back of it. It was a white chartreuse. Oh no, did I change it? I changed it. I changed it to a bluegill spinnerbait. That's what I did. It was a white and chartreuse when I cut off the skirt and put a bluegill spinnerbait on it and threw this on. It looked really good. So yeah, these things are neat. Just a little straight tail. Suppose you could hover rig them or, stroll them, whatever all the cool kids are doing with the Panoptics and stuff, or drop shot it. These little fins on the side come out too. They move like actual fins when you pop it. So yeah, kind of a cool thing. Reaction Innovations doesn't get much love. I don't think they market or anything. I don't know. Kind of a strange company. You never really hear from them. But if you've never used Reaction Innovations, the founder of the beaver style bait. Whoops, right there, Sweet Beaver. And then still to this date, my favorite stick bait, the Pocket Rocket, 6.5 inch, 5.5 inch. Pocket Rocket in this one, and the Dirty Wizard is a really good one. Green Pumpkin Purple. But the Tramp Stamp, which is your black and blue, it's actually laminate black and blue, and then Green Pumpkin black flake on the belly. And then if you like paddle tails, the either Little Dipper or Skinny Dipper, depending on the size. One's just smaller than the other. Still one of my favorite paddle tails out there. The Mayor is really good too. And they've got the repops of the Reaction Innovations. Hey, super deal on these. $20. How much are they normally? $25. So there you go. We were talking about the Vixen last night. Oh gosh, that color looks good. Like the Ghost Minnow and Lucky Craft. We were talking about this on Hellabass's channel last night. He's a huge old school Vixen. I never got into it, throwing the old Vixens. Some people swear by him that it's the absolute best topwater walking bait ever. So, hey, there'll be a video of that too. The Booyah Pond Magic spinnerbait. I caught a whole bunch the other day on that. Oh no, that one did come out. That was the one I just released. Never mind. If you want to see Debo put a hurting on a bunch of pound and a half fish, throwing a Booyah Pond Magic spinnerbait on a BFS, it was actually really fun. Let's see. No. Have you ever fished the drop shot hooks with a built-in swivel? I think I have, and I think I just got snagged and broke off and then didn't fish them anymore because it was like the open hook deal. They might have other ones now, though. I don't know. Okay, Travis, I got the LFS and SLX in the past 6 months. I love the SLX more than the LFS, and I have no problem getting it dialed in. Feels much smoother and casts better. I will say it definitely is a smoother reel. Casting-wise, I think the LFS casts farther, but distance isn't always everything. So, yeah, appreciate the feedback on that, Travis. Yeah, it's SLXs. I agree. King of the $99 reels now. Sorry, LFS. Have I tried the free rig with the Helgramite? I have. Really, the Ned rig for that, though, is the go-to for me. Really like that Helgramite Ned rigged. Got to try the Reaction Innovations Trixie Shark. I've had a couple people tell me that. I've got a couple packages. I think I threw it once, nothing, and I don't think I've thrown them again. Yum, pulse tail. Yeah, the pulse tail. I guess this is one thing I was going to say. Thank you for bringing that up, Dougie. So on the trailers for your spinnerbait, so with the plastic, you just have to be careful because if you add a paddle tail or anything with kick to it, it's going to want to make your spinnerbait ride higher, which is good if you're fishing shallow and you don't want it to get down in grass or you're hitting stuff or whatever. Paddle tail on it's going to give it more resistance, going to tend to keep it higher in the water column. Joke. Straight tail like that little whatever Reaction Innovations thing or like a fluke, anything with just a straight tail to it is going to allow it to go down, add more of its regular action to it. But it's just going to have a slight kick back there. Just adds a little bit different profile look to it and a little bit more weight. So that's one thing to keep in mind on your trailers. Same thing with like a chatterbait too. Have you seen the Tactical Bass and Mega Bass Karashi and Giant Dog X colors? I've not. That's cool that they are into that. Those guys are on a whole nother level. I love Daiwa products, but I've tried to contact Daiwa customer service and only received automated. What? Dude, I have called them and had parts in like no time. Couldn't get in touch with an actual human. Maybe if Debo worked there. Dude, I would... If I had to start out in customer service, depending on what kind of job I'd have in a year, maybe. But yeah, I've done customer service for quite some time. So I'm pretty, that is a very big deciding factor with companies. Like if their customer service is crap, I'm out. So that really surprised me. I would say check the hours maybe. But I've contacted them for parts and stuff, and they actually sent me parts for free on one of them because they're like, yeah, we don't want that experience. They didn't know who I was. It wasn't like, oh, you're DEBO'S fish. Nope. It was just, I ordered a couple parts and they're like, we'll just throw this part in for you for free. But that was just my experience though. So I would say give them another try and double check the hours. Okay. What other questions we got? We're an hour 18 in after it finally got running smooth here after the stupid internet decided to get back with us. Any other gear predictions? My other thing too that I wanted to talk about was BFS. Do we think BFS is going to keep going up in popularity, or do you think that's going to kind of plateau and peter out? I just got ARC sent me the new BFS rod to try. I was throwing a free rig with that actually the other day. It was what plastic was I using? Now I've got a complete brain fart. I don't remember what. Oh my gosh, what plastic was I using? I don't even remember. I just did that too. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, I got to test that out. Pretty cool. I'm tempted to get them on Tackle Ross before they sell out. I don't know. Are you talking about those colors? Yeah, I haven't seen any of those. Junior, has the popper bite been this summer? I remember lots. Yeah, I've honestly been trying not to throw it, which I need to because, yeah, last year it absolutely crushed, which is funny because when I went camping with Greg and holy crap, Bass Dope, my brother, I can't show it in here, but just gifted 10 DEBO'S fishing memberships. Brother, I will drink some. This is Sprite Zero mixed with coconut water and orange juice is my cocktail for tonight. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot. You're a good human. I was actually just talking about you earlier about your Ned rig heads that you sell. Let's see. So what was I talking about? BFS rod. Is BFS still going to be popular? And then I said I was going to look up some. Oh, poppers, Junior, popper bite. Yes. So there's going to be a video of me throwing the little Lucky Craft popper again on a BFS rod because it's super fun. Steven and I went out and I caught, I don't know, probably 50 fish on it. I think most all of them were like pound and a half. So if you're wanting size in that video, you're not going to get it. But for just today, smashing them on Topwater, it was a damn blast out there throwing, I think, 6-pound mono with that little popper. And then, oh, that's what I was talking about. So I went fishing with Greg and those guys up at Pine Lake, and we camped, which was a ton of fun. Those guys are super nice folks. They were throwing the old Rapala skitter pop and crushing it. So that was pretty cool that one of them got on that bite because the skitter pop, actually I've got, somebody sent me, was that Barry? Barry, did you send me a couple of those? I love this color too. I've got the old like blue chrome. Funny enough, I was talking about this on the Hellabass show last night too, but the old skitter pops, if you've never thrown these, it's got like it's a balsa bait. So it's the Rapala balsa line. It's got like a little plastic cup here to it. So you can like kind of walk it and spit it. So it's not as like pronounced as some of the other poppers that really like bloop. It's more of like a little like spit pop to it. But this is what he was throwing up there. And somebody sent me a couple of these because you try to get them now and the colors are limited. Like the color that I had, oh, that's what I was going to say, was this was the first lure I ever had my solo double on. So I caught 2 fish, you know, 1 on each hook, and I did it twice that day. And I was like mind blown. But it was like a blue chrome. And if you go look at their stuff now for Rapala, they've really cut back. So I don't know if it's one of those lures they just don't really make anymore in production. Then there's also the skitter prop too, if you like a little prop bait, both balsa baits. But yeah, 3 colors. I know a lot of people like that frog color, but sent me a couple of these, which I love. And this is the size 7. Is that a 3-inch? Yeah, I think the 7's the 3-inch. Oh, 2 3/4. Yep. So that's the 7. With size 5s, yeah. So yeah, if you've never tried that, that's kind of a cool little hidden gem. A lot of people like that frog color, but yeah, I've got a blue chrome one, and then I think I have another one. It's like a yellow frog, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I threw that one. Whoops. But yeah, kind of a sneaky little topwater bait. But otherwise, yes, the popper. And this is the time of year right now as we're getting into summer, the popper will absolutely crush them. So I was just thinking I needed to tie on one. Question, Calvin, have you tried the St. Croix Victory Cranker? I have tried the Victory rods, Calvin. I do not like them because they have little tiny reel triggers. I can't stand it. I really like the rod. I actually gave the rod to my dad. He's a big St. Croix fan. And he actually likes the rods with as little of a reel trigger as possible, and I cannot stand it. I feel like I just don't have a good, like, I don't know, good purchase, you know, on it, good grip to it. But I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So this reel trigger here is tiny, and I despise it. I like big knobs, and I like a big reel trigger to grab onto. Make your jokes, but that's what I like. Let's see. Bass Dope. Thank you, brother. Oh, I can show it up there. It just doesn't show the memberships. Thank you, my friend. All the thank yous coming in. Tom. Lindsay Rupp. Sloth. Look at all these new members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Jim, question. What reel do you recommend for casting real light BFS lures? Want one that can cast Rebel Teeny Wee Craws. The Arc BFS gravity reel, hands down, is the best, like, I don't want to say budget, but like best bang for your buck reel out there. $150 unless they've gone up. They used to be. Arc. Arc. So it'll be this Gravity Bait Finesse right there. Yeah, 150 bucks. 13 reviews, 4.5 stars. Yeah, there's a reason. Solid little reel. So that is for sure my pick for BFS. Yes. I think he meant Bass Dope is a cool cat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The old skitter pot. Yep. Flash Shubu treble. Yep. With the Flash Shubu treble on it. You got it. David's out. Catch the rest of the live later. Well, thanks for hopping in, brother. Have a good night. Big knob gang. Yes, I do like big knobs, and I cannot lie. Felt it in hand. Yeah, it's totally a preference thing, Calvin. Some people like it. Some people don't. Like I said, my old man, he's even said, he's like, I wish they would make rods that didn't have a real trigger at all. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, I don't like the big real trigger there. They get in the way. So $100-ish Baitcaster for a newbie. We just talked about that, man. Shimano SLX. It's now the hands down best $99 reel out there. Smitty's, what's your favorite reel to throw? I would honestly say right now the Daiwa Tatula 80, I think, is my favorite do it all. It's a little workhorse. I put one on a crank rod. You can sling a lure. Super compact. That one. Otherwise, I would say, like, just for regular stuff, if I didn't need like the smaller, compact size, Tatula 100, I think, is probably my favorite right now. Joshua heading out. Joshua, thanks for always watching and supporting. Appreciate you, buddy. St. Croix are too soft. Yeah, I don't have a ton of St. Croix rods. I never got a bunch into them. I had the Bass X. I still have the Bass X and like it. But the real tightening nut over tightens and strips. That was an issue they knew about in the first gen. They released the second gen, and mine does the same thing. So to me, that's an issue when you know of a problem and still don't fix it on the new generation. So let's see other reels. I'm trying to think. The Corrado 150, that'll be neat to see if a new one comes out, because like a do-it-all reel, that's probably my favorite Shimano one. Oh no, I'm sorry. The SLX MGL 70. That thing is underrated. I think still 150 bucks, right? Flies under the radar. Also, whoever asked that question about lighter lures, the MGL 70 is really good with lighter baits too. Not necessarily BFS size, but let's see. To Shimano SLX 70. Are they still 150? Yes. Yeah, great little reel there. Really like that one. That's probably my favorite. Bang for the buck in the Shimano line is the MGL 70. That one. I like that reel a lot. Let's see. Yellow bass. I think you noticed how the size of the trigger. Oh, Ruben says, I don't think I noticed the size of the trigger. Yeah. Some people don't matter. Some people it's not a deal at all. Just like the handle knob, some people don't care at all. Corey, damn. I splurged and got the new Shimano Antares. Is it pretty sweet? Ugly Stick, dude. I tell you what, I don't have it over anymore, but the carbon, the Ugly Stick carbon, talk about comfortable. Now it's a little bit heavier rod. It's not the most sensitive, I know, but I got the one for moving baits, and the feel and hand of that thing is just, it locks perfect. What else? Okay, what else we got? We're at an hour and a half. Last questions. Get your questions in. What do we got before we get out of here? Corrado 70 MGL's money. Yeah, it is a very nice reel. If you want to save a little bit of dough, the SLX 70 is pretty damn good too. Actually, I was just showing off the MGL 70. Where was it? I jacked it up on my first trip out in the kayak. I need to, I don't know if I'm going to have to put a new main gear in it or a pinion, but it's grindy now. Ben got one of the SLX MGLs after, the new one came out, the last gen. 75 bucks. That's a damn good deal. Haven't even spooled it up yet. Well, Don't feel bad, man. I got the Tatula 115 200 and didn't even spool them up for today. So I was running a little bit late. I just wanted to get out on the water. William, the Akuma Hakai. Yeah, the Hakai was an okay reel. It was kind of a pain in the butt to get dialed in. I think there's better reels for the price, but it was an okay reel. Once you got it dialed in, it was good. I guess I'll say that. But most of the Shimano reels come with the MGL3 spool, and they are ditching the MGL name. Yeah, that's interesting because the MGL 70 doesn't have that on it. It's just the SLX 70. Kind of like the Corrado too, huh? It comes with the MGL spool. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about that. That's interesting. What else we got? Any other questions? Any other questions, comments, gear, thoughts before we get out of here? Still have 160 people watching. I'm not doing anything. I can hang on and talk. So just point. Oh yeah, doesn't even want to give you much money for them. What is that? I'm not sure which it was, but yeah, I don't know. I've never done the actual trade-in on American Legacy to see like what they'll actually give you for stuff. The problem is it's usually like when you sell to somewhere like that has to resell it, it's usually the division of thirds. Like usually you're going to get a third of what it's going to be at so they can make money to a half. Because remember, they have to mark it up and sell it and still make a profit on it while still not being like regular price, you know? So it's the ease of doing business. That's the way I look at it, is when you trade it in like that, you don't have to mess with frickin' Craigslist or, you know, any of that crap, meeting people and, oh, do they want it or not? Or, you know, it's just no hassle. It's the ease of time, you know, when you trade it in something like that. I want to get a jerkbait set up like the, that's exactly what this is. This is my jerkbait, Topwater, and smaller crank setup. This is the Corrado rod, which is 6/8 medium, 1/4 to 3/4 lures. Love this setup. I had the 610. That one was lost. Rest in peace in the great kayak disaster of last year. I had the 610 and really liked it. And then I got that one again. I think that was an American Legacy special and got it over there used. But yeah, American Legacy. What the hell? Y'all need to send me some royalties here. I feel like I'm spend half my paycheck over there sometimes. Just built an old Metanium with a big Gamexus 120 handle for oversized. Dude, yes, I love it. I got, let's see, the Chronarch E for my swimbait stuff. Cleaned it up, an old one. And that thing is actually sick. It's basically the same thing as the Corrado E. That was right when they switched over from the Corrado E to the Corrado G, which was kind of a downgrade because no longer made in Japan. So people say it's not as good. I thought it was still a pretty good little reel. It's not as good as the E, but people were crapping on it like it was the worst Shimano reel ever. It's not that bad, but then they went from the Chronarch to the Chronarch E, the white one, which was essentially the exact same thing as the Corrado E. So any new kayak gear coming out of this year anybody knows of? I don't know. I've been looking at today. I keep going back and forth on what I want to do with my kayak. Today in the wind, it was crazy. If I would have had spot lock, I feel like it's been so windy this year that spot lock would have paid for itself. The conundrum I'm in is I like to be able to pedal so I can just kind of keep myself where I'm at. I would have to take the motor and the pedals, the pedal drive, which I feel like would be kind of a pain in the butt. If I didn't take the pedals and I just had the motor up front with as much grass and stuff as there is, I'm always pulling my pedals up and getting that stuff off. And I would not feel safe crawling up on the front of that to get grass and crap off of it, off the motor. If that's a thing, maybe the motor's so powerful that you just really don't get grass and stuff caught in it as much, but I don't know. I really wish I would have had spot lock today. So yeah, otherwise any new kayak gear that I don't, you have to hit up like the Burley guys, the aggressively average angler guys. They're into all the kayak stuff. I don't really keep up on it. I will say though, that my Hawk, the tubing on the inside has helped tremendously. I put like weather stripping on the inside of where my pedal drive goes up and down. and it keeps a ton of water from coming in. So I think that's where it was. I also noticed the last 2 times out, because I didn't have as much water inside, like my feet inside the actual kayak part. When I pulled the bucket thing out, it's got like a bin, so it's got the front hatch. You pull a bin and you can see inside your hole. I didn't have water in there for the last 2 times. So I think it was because I was getting so much water, and then somewhere on one of the side things, that plate, like an electronic plate or something, the water was leaking in. So yeah, good stuff on my end for the kayaks. Oh yeah, I did see that. The new mini micro chatterbait looks interesting. Hopefully they will fish better than the flashback mini. Yeah, I saw a thing. It's like 15 or 20% smaller than the new, or I guess really than any of them like this, the chatterbait mini max or whatever the hell. So it's a 15% or 20% smaller blade than this, and it's got, I think, a size smaller hook to it. So yeah, that will be interesting. Yes, Corrado 150 is an excellent do it anything reel, really, especially for like jig and Texas rig. Yeah, perfect for that. I agree, Mike. Excellent reel for that. Hey, Gabe's in the house. What's up, buddy? I saw your video of you picking up the boat. Kind of jealous. That boat's badass. Hard work, dude. Paid off. Huge congrats. If y'all haven't followed Gabe, 10 Horse Monty, he was on not too long ago. Super nice guy. He won, co-angler in a BFL? Sorry, I don't know the event, but he won a boat, which is badass. And you should go check it out because that's something to be super proud of. Who was it? It was it Gary Dobbins was talking about all the boats that he had won at some point, like 23 boats. Isn't that freaking crazy? Because, back in the day, they used to have, like, for all those events, they would give away a boat and stuff. I think it was. I want to say it was Gary Dobbins on one of the Hellabass things talking about it, which is like, blows my mind. Hey, Chris, you also want the spot lock. Well, you've already got a motor. Don't give me that baloney. Yeah, see, that's the reason I don't want to try it in anybody's either. Because, yeah, once I get it, I'll be like, how did I live without this? Yeah, Lindsay, I agree. The copperhead, you have to go higher in weight. You have to go to like a ½ ounce. And otherwise, yeah, the lighter ones, they raise way too fast. It's definitely a shallow water chatterbait. Kind of got to slow down with it a little bit. I have not, what do they call it? The tumbleweed? I've not tried it. I got one from Francisco doing the what's the name? Oh my gosh, I was just talking about the biggest show where you go buy fishing stuff. The Bassmaster Classic, when he did the goodie bag for me. It was very awesome of him. But oh yeah, there we go. Co-angler BFL at Pickwick. So like the idea of having, Chris likes the idea of having 2 motors, one for the lakes with timber. Oh, fancy guy's gonna have 2 motors. Oh my gosh, Chris, I won't even be able to keep up with you, my little Debo pedal kayak. He won 40. I'm not sure what that was, Rob. Oh, only one at a time. Okay. Swap them out. Okay, still too fancy. Hey, that's a good idea. Then whenever you're not using the spot lock one, I can just put it on mine because I've already got a battery for it. So, see, that's the other reason. I've already got a lithium battery that I had for my trolling motor on my John boat because it's the 12 volt, right? I think the new Minn Kota or whatever the hell what's the motor guide or whatever the new one is. I think it's a 12 volt, right? So I've already got a lithium for it. That'd be pretty cool. Any crazy sales? No, we looked through that earlier. There's really nothing too crazy out there right now. I'd have to go look at some other spots, but no, nothing too crazy. Yeah, Minn Kota Tarova or Power Drive 12 volt. Yeah. I do have a fish finder. I have, and that's something else I want to upgrade because I've got one of the older ones with it's like the black and blue screen. but it's not the see from any angle screen. So if there's any amount of sun behind me, I can't even see it. It sucks. So I know, crazy problems. But that is another one I want to upgrade. Oh yeah, Calvin said the Tattoo-less CT was on sale for $100, which is not a bad price at all. For $100, that is a solid deal. I think the Tattoo-less CT is now what, $150 reel? That used to be like $120. All right. Well, I think the questions are slowing down. We're at an hour 40. Listen, I want to thank you all for joining me on a Saturday night. Sorry for the issues with the electronics and such. Thanks for sticking with it. But I'll be back again maybe next weekend, the weekend after. I want to get another guest on here. I've got a couple in mind. So that's it for now. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. And until next